What's up guys, it is Thursday 1st of May and I'm going to be doing a lot more technical stuff on this channel going forward, and I think it'd be really helpful if I showed you some of my live trades as well. So I took a trade today, a trade continuation on GBPUSD, and it didn't work out, and I think it'd be really interesting for you to see why it didn't work out and just for me to run through my process of entering the trade. It's the pattern which I've shown on my channel, and I've got a couple of videos on that which you can check out, but here's a live example of it. I'm going to run through the trade and then just show you basically why it didn't work. It was a small loss, very small loss, about minus 0.1R, and this is a method of trailing stops and when I trail my stops. And let's just get into it, shall we? What we've got basically is a trend up, and there wasn't really any way for me to come in. So there's a demand zone that price is coming down to now, and this is where I'm looking to trade. Just moving it forward a little bit, and what happens is it builds a little range at the extreme of this demand zone, and I'm looking for a pattern just to go sideways. And as you can see on the channel, move sideways, give me a couple of confirmations that it's going to reverse and continue upwards. But in this instance, it actually just rips without me and continues on and doesn't give me a way in. So my idea now is to look for a trend continuation at the highs, as I've shown on the channel before. And what happens is it pushes up and then it ranges, and this is where I'm looking to get involved. This is where I'm interested. So just zooming in, what we can see is price has moved sideways a fair bit. It's given us a signal that it wants to go up, but it's retraced pretty hard, and now it's testing the lows. But instead of dropping down, it starts pushing back up, and with quite a lot of momentum, with the trend on our side, we know that this is a pretty good idea to go long. However, I'm still not entirely convinced at this stage. So what happens next basically is price rounds off and then drops back down to retest the range that I've made, and only at the top of it basically. And at the top it starts pumping, and that's enough for me now. A little bit of a delay in getting in, and not the best entry, but it all counts. If it's going to go up, it's going to go up, and it starts off pretty well. This is exactly what we want to see. We want to see a high, a continuation of the trend. It rounds off and then comes back down to retest the entry. One of my rules is to always allow one retest of my entry, at least. There's been so many times that I've been caught out moving my stop too soon, and then on this retest of the entry, getting tagged out for break even, and then watching the trade continue without me. Very frustrating, but that's why I've got that rule. Then it moves sideways a little bit before pumping up again and putting in a high, and then another high, more within the context of the overall cluster rather than just locally. This is exactly what we want to see basically. This is all looking good. At this point I'm thinking, yeah, great, everything's amazing. I'm going to get my 20k payout on FTMO, and then I'm going to put it on Twitter and everyone's going to love me and blah, blah, blah. This is amazing. But then what we see is a little bit of sideways, and this is where the spidey senses start tingling. It should be continuing up at this point. It shouldn't really be struggling like this. The volume sort of dies off a little bit, goes sideways, and at this point I'm thinking, right, okay, it's going to come back down. It's got no business coming back down. It should be continuing up. So I move my stop to 3 lows below where price currently is, and you can see the blue line is my entry. I do just a little bit below my break even because the entry got spiked, and again it makes more sense to have it below the low rather than just arbitrary entry. But you know, it pushes up, looks good, and then that is very, very short-lived, because what happens next is it just completely nukes back down, and like I said before, it should have no business coming back down towards my entry. It does, and then we get a little bit of squeaky bum time. It really comes close to my entry, pumps, and I'm thinking, oh, I might have got away with this, but in the next couple of candles, we see that, well, actually the next candle, it doesn't, it takes me out, and then as you can see next, it just drops and completely invalidates my level, and yeah, avoiding a full loss. So that was the trade. Basically, what I like to do is when a high is put in like this, you know it should continue. I mean, look at this screenshot here. You've got the high, high lows, a complete series of them. And you've had a period of consolidation and retrace already. So really it should be continuing up. It's been very strong on the day, but the danger of taking this continuation this high up in the trend is that this happens. I'm going to hit a top. Unfortunately, the trend itself wasn't that clean in terms of pushing up, consolidation, pushing up, consolidation, pushing up. It was just ripping and ripping and ripping all day, all morning, I should say, and not really allowing me a logical entry to get in. So yeah, this is the danger. But anyway, this is a good example of a trend continuation not working. I thought it'd be good for you guys to see something not working rather than me just coming on here and showing something that always works, because this is the reality of trading. I did get another win. Another trade that did win down from the lows of the day, which I took first thing in the morning for about 2 hours. So that is the other purple line that you may see on the screen. But yeah, that's that. I hope you found this valuable. I hope you've found this a little bit interesting. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again another time for my for another trade that I do, and I'll keep this kind of stuff up if you're interested in it. Cheers.